Hello, and I'm Rabbi Ariel Rakovsky, and welcome to a special Chanukah edition of Tefilah Tuesdays. It is really min hashamayim that our progress through davening has landed us on the parak of Tehillim that begins the part of davening that is called Psukei de Zimra, that precedes Psukei de Zimra, Mizmor Shir Chanukas Habayis LaDavid, because that is the parak of Tehillim that is associated with Chanukah. It has the word Chanukah in it. And it is recited at the end of davening every day on Chanukah as well, in addition to at the beginning. This was the mizmor that was composed by David HaMelech to be recited at the Chanukat Habayit, the dedication of the Beit HaMikdash that Shlomo HaMelech built. It's interesting, though, if you look through the mizmor of Tehillim, it appears that there's nothing necessarily connected thematically to any kind of dedication, any kind of building or consecrating a structure. It starts off with David HaMelech talking about Ar Mimcha Hashem Kidilitani V'lo Simachta Oyvai Li. I will praise you, God, for you have raised me up, and you did not cause my enemies to triumph against me. Talking about all of the many trials and tribulations that David had throughout his life, he is saying that nevertheless he has prevailed and emerged triumphant. That is the first few verses. Hashem Elokai Shivati Alecha Vatir Pa'eni. I prayed to you, and you cured me. Hashem Elisa Miyar Dibor. You have brought me up from the pit. Then there is a section in the middle that takes a darker tone. Ma betza bedami beridasi el shachas. What is good is it for you when I go to the grave? Interesting. This past Shabbos, we read in Parshas Vayeshev that Yehuda says Ma betza ki naroges achinu v'chisinu estamo. This is something that Marty Kaufman pointed out to me in the context of the Parsha Shir, and it actually is mentioned by the Baal HaTurim as well. This link that Yehuda says, of what benefit is it for us to kill our brother and to cover our tracks? David HaMelech says, of what benefit is it to you, God, to bring me to the grave? Hayodecha afar hayagid amitecha. Can dust give thanks to you? Can it say the truth about you? Shema Hashem v'choneni. Hashem heye ozer li. Listen to me. Be an assistance to me. It takes a tone of pleading, a little bit of a darker tone than the jubilant tone that came before, and then once again it switches to the happiness again. Hafachta mispadi lemacholi pitachta saki v'te'azreni simcha. You have turned my mourning, you have turned my eulogy into rejoicing. Pitachta saki, you have opened up my satchel, v'te'azreni simcha, and you have girded me with happiness. Leman yizamercha chavod v'lo yidom. Hashem Elokai le'olam odecha, so that I can always say thanks to you and sing to you and forever and ever. So what does this have to do? Why does it switch tones back and forth? What does this have to do with any kind of consecration? I think that an answer might be that this tone switching back and forth is David HaMelech reminding HaKadosh Baruch Hu that as much as he has suffered in life, that he never took it for granted that he would emerge and that he would prevail. That being able to triumph over adversity was only because of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and it is only because there is a purpose to it. Ma betza bridami bridasi el shachas hayodecha afar hayagid amitecha. If we triumph over the adversities of our life, it is to be modeh, to give thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It is to be the agents of His greatness in the world, lema'an yizamercha chavod v'lo yidom, so that we will always be able to sing His praises forever and ever. That is the message of a consecration. Building an institution, any kind of edifice, is fraught with challenges. there is a certain sense of jubilant, there is a buy-in by all of the people who are involved, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, it doesn't mean that it's going to be fraught with difficulty. But ultimately, the point is that everybody involved needs to recognize that it is for a broader purpose. That even as that perhaps we may be suffering in the process, that perhaps it may be difficult, but ultimately everything that we do, every structure that we build, every institution that we dedicate, every building that we consecrate has to be for the glory of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that was the tefillah of David HaMelech. Ma'an yizamercha chavod v'lo yidom. That everything that we do should be a vehicle for singing praises unto HaKadosh Baruch Hu forever and ever. Hashem Elokai le'olam odecha. Wish each and every one of you a happy Chanukah, and I'll see you next time.